You're on.
All right. So I have some various bodies that are just developed, so you can see. I hope it's not on this particular form, but it should be fairly close. Again, we did the trouser fit. The trouser fit has 1 1/4 below the body. I'm looking in the wrong spot. 1 1/4 below the body. The diagonal lines are longer. All right. In the front, it's 1 1/2. In the back is 2. The longer the diagonal line, the more it pushes away from the body. All right. The shorter the diagonal line, the closer it fits to the body. All right. And then you have the thing with the formulas for the crotch extensions. All right. The part between your legs. All right. So it's vertical, it's horizontal, and it's diagonal shaping. So a lot of things go into pant development. So let's see. Oh. Okay. So again, this, whoops, wait, let's go to my hitting. All right, I pinned something accidentally. What did I pin? Oh, I put it through the wrong hole. Okay. I'm out of practice for dressing kids. Okay. All right. Oh, my. Okay. All right. So here you can see it's in a quarter at the front. You can see, again, some of you didn't have enough to do 2 darts. You can do 1 dart if that's what your shape requires, you know, but basically what this does, I don't want to take that out, let's see, again, hip, okay, hip straight, okay, and then this just gets shaped. It could be 1 single dart in here, but this is fairly, I'm missing some pins, hang on. There we go. Okay, so it is a fairly, it floats away from the body in the front. It floats away usually from the body in the back. All right, and it fits smoothly. There's no, it doesn't show that you got a tush. It floats over the back of the butt, all right, and straight down, which is what we saw when we did the development. And again, I probably don't have enough here for 2 darts, so I would just stick in 1 dart and find the best position of that dart to make it look good. Pinch of ease, dart, all right, so that it centers over sort of more the middle of the leg, right? Okay, so that's trouser. Now, let's see another shape, okay, because we've done that. You kind of have the idea of that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so slack is the next one. So instead of the 1 1/4 below the body, you're only 3/4. You move up the line a 1/2 inch. All right, so whether you're doing it draping way or whether you're doing it pattern making way, it's the same deal. All right, this one you'll see cups more the body shape. Maybe. Let's see. I'm going to take the scarf off because it is totally in the way. Okay. Okay, so again, you can see pretty much immediately the difference here. It's closer to the body in here. It's closer to the body in the back. Okay, again, my hip, actually this actually fits pretty well. I'm a little high there. Hang on. Okay, and again, on this one, I can certainly only get one dart in the front and the back, the way this one is shaped. All right, I've been able to shape out some at the side. I'm also now tapering the leg in, but you see that it is closer to the body, between up vertically and also in between the legs. It's a different crotch extension for the slack. I can't remember what it is right now offhand, but you have it in front of you. All right, and again, you can start seeing it shape into the back body. You can see from the side there's a suggestion of the fit, that there's a woman shape under this, or a person shape under this, right? And again, it's much closer, right? Okay, that's the slack. Okay, then I've got a jean fit here, okay? Jean is the closest. Notice how short these angles are. In the front, it's usually about 1 1/8. This is size dependent. As you go down in size, it becomes smaller. The amount extension also changes with size. And in the back, the diagonal is about 1.5 inches. Again, the shorter the angle, the closer to the body it fits. And again, it relates to the extension between the legs. And again, that's on the formula. On the jean, you go in minimum 1/2 inch from your center line. And on the back, it's usually a full 1 inch, rather than the other ones 3/4 or 1/4 in the front. All right, it makes it much closer to the body fit. Let's see. Oh. Sorry, I'm tired. Okay, all right, and here we go. All right, so you can see I'm already almost touching her body here. All right, I lost a pin there. Let's stick one back in. All right, so I have to do something to ease this in. So sometimes just lowering the waist will do that. Hip is high. Okay. And bring it here and bring it here. And this is a full inch. And now this starts immediately becoming much closer to the body. So this is something, and you can see very clearly that it's starting to really shape. And these days, because we have lycra or spandex in the jean fabric, it's much easier to fit it almost as if it's a knit, you know, in some ways. All right, and then, whoops, I lost a pin at the side. Let me stick one back here. But this is why it's important for you to understand the different, the formulas and the things that you have to take into account based on what silhouette you're after. It's like I didn't understand like the concept of Peter Pan collars until many years after I got out and started working in the industry. It's kind of the same with the jeans or with the pants. You need to know what type of look you're going after in order to achieve the look that you want as a designer. All right? So again, very quick and easy way for you to see the difference. It fits much closer. It fits much closer up here. A little ease, I can work that in. I can maybe shift a little more out of here, do it out of the pocket area, whatever. All right? Make sense? Much closer touching. All right. And then you have a culotte. Culotte is more like a skirt, okay? And again, I've lost a few pins, so let me grab. Okay. Culotte fits more like a skirt, much lower below the more than 1¼ below the rise. Much looser. You keep, usually your center is totally straight here. I lost every pin. Okay, let's see. Let's see, let me get it in place here. And, whoops. Sorry. Hip. Hip. All right, and this is just a basic. This is just showing, there we go. And this is straight in the back as well. Hip, and you know, I'm supposed to keep it straight, right? Okay. But you can see, I think you can see that this is, the rise is much lower. The rise seam is much lower down between the legs. There's much more fabric going in the extension area, so it takes on the shape of more of a skirt than it does a pant fit. All right? So far, so good? Okay. I hope so. Okay. All right. Anything you can do to a skirt, you can do to a pair of pants. So, for example, where am I? Get that one in a minute. So, for example, here's a flare. So I can, this is a culotte shape, so this could be an evening kind of look depending on your fabric. Straight here, center front, the rise of a crotch, of a culotte, the crotch extension of a culotte, and there we have a flared skirt silhouette. All right, that's a pair of pants. Nice, right?
I like it.
Okay, think of that in like chiffon, black chiffon. You're set for evening, you know. All by a change of fabrication. I used to have a triple layer black chiffon pant. I loved it. Because
Me too.
because it was evening, but it wasn't fussy, and I was able to be comfortable and all of that. All right. So again, you can see that anything that you do with a skirt silhouette, you can do to a pant silhouette. All right. Just by throwing in a rise. All right. So sometimes you can do your skirt and just add the rise, knowing what you know about crotch extensions and all of that. You can build it from a skirt. Okay? Right? You get it? Nice? All right. And these are in development, but it's not a big thing to finish them off and make them really work. Here's another variation of that. Let's see there. Here. Again, this is a crisper muslin. And this one has a front pleat. Same idea, same flared skirt, but I think, wait, where am I? Oh, I pinned it together just to hold it on the hanger. Let's see. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay. Underneath. All right, so here has a pleat. So it hides even the fact, it's an inverted pleat. So remember we're draping one side, but when you have an actual garment, you have two sides. And so a pleat in the middle, an inverted pleat, will even hide the split. I don't know if I'm in the right spot over there, but it even makes it less like a pair of pants and much more like a skirt, right? When you have that pleat here. Again, this is quite long, but you get the idea. This is a pleat. It hides that whole rise seam. You would never know if this is a pant, right? And it's, again, you can see the difference in fabric when you start experimenting and playing with the various weights. And that's one of the things that you're going to learn as we start draping in fabric. And as you start working, you'll see every fabric has its own special qualities and a draping ability. Let's see. I think this was my next. Okay. I think I had a peg pant too. Yep. This looks familiar, right? A peg skirt. Well, you can have a peg pant. All right. Very easily. And again, you've got a couple of pattern making ways, so you can see what happens if you just make some slash lines on your pant, even your trouser pant. You could convert it into a peg pant. Again, same idea for draping. I lost some pins here. But the same idea for a peg skirt in a pant, all right? Again, more, it looks like I've got either a slack or a trouser fit. I think trouser, all right? Again, relaxed, easy, evening kind of look. Let's see. You can build up the waist of a pant. You can add yokes. You can add all kinds of stuff to it. So here, this is built up. It's a Hollywood waist, it's called. Okay, so I marked the natural waist, but I just build up and I shape the darts accordingly. All right, pretty, right? This one's probably a little small for this girl, okay? But you get the idea, right? So any kind of shaping that you can do, it's pretty, it's clean, it's neat, and again, it's one dart. I know some of you are struggling to get 2 darts on your pants. You can do 1, all right? But it's usually not considered the basic when you're working with that. So you have to adjust. But you can see here it's more of a slack fit. It's following the contour of her body. It's closer to the body vertically, and then the horizontal and the between the legs is also shorter than like the trouser pant that we did. Okay? So it's all playing with those same measurements that we worked off when making the trouser pant, but doing it, adjusting it for this concept that we have. Here's one that's another built-up pant that has a yoke in the back. Again, it's not for the same size. It's for a smaller form than what mine is. But you can see that you could certainly develop a yoke in the back. This probably came down a bit, but it has the peg, but the peg extended up higher. Actually, this probably goes this way. I'm missing a waist notch. There's one. All right. And so this, of course, would need to have a waist finish of an inside facing. This doesn't belong there. All right, so that you get the shape. It's a rounded hip silhouette, you know, but the back would be nice and clean if it fit. All right, and you can also see the tapering of the leg, which is achieved easily in draping, and in the pattern making process you've got to do some additional steps. Okay, got the idea? Pretty front, very pretty front here. Okay, and then what else do we have? Okay, looks like a shaped leg. You can see it's in and comes in at the knee and flares out. That is really important to know where the knee position is. As I mentioned that first class when we were doing pants, because a flare that's too high or too low looks kind of ridiculous, right? Okay, but you get okay, but you can see very clearly here the shaping in and out, much closer to the body here. Let me get this in the right spot. You know, again, hip line helps everybody get in the right location. And this has been folded a while, so it's sticking out right there. But you can see, you know, the shaping. Bootlegs. And then you have to think about the thing that I was working with that first night, the flat foot versus the ankle. Because, again, a pant like this usually has to be made longer as a boot cut, so that the inseam becomes particularly important, all right? So that you have a long enough leg to accommodate people, to accommodate the type of shoes you're wearing. All those things also become really important on pants. Okay? All right. Questions? Anybody?
That's a navy pant.
Okay, and what else? I think that kind of gives you an
That's it.
overview, right, of the various styles. I'm looking at the wrong spot. I think that kind of gives you an overview of what is some of the possibilities for pants are. Again, you don't have to make another pant for this class, but you might be thinking about it for term garment, all right? So you can do it through pattern making way, or you can do it through draping way, or a combination of the two with some basic information that you've gotten from here. Okay, and we're going to stop this right now because I want to show you the cowl in the next thing. You stopped?